hope you're all well. Congratulations to the winners of this season. And for those of you who have been watching my videos previously, you know we've talked about being rooted for resilience and unstoppable growth. And over September, we were supposed to talk about something else, which we did not, and we're going to talk about it this time around. Now, as shared before, if you are rooted for resilience and you have trust as your foundation, then you will certainly continue to be like a tree planted by the waterside, yeah? And with unstoppable growth, it also means that once you're like a tree planted by the waterside, you will continue to sprout and grow. And what does that mean? Like I shared previously, using the example of who moved my cheese, especially for us who are in sales, if you find that your cheese has moved, then you must move strategically to find new cheese. So I hope we continue to do that as we continue to position, pivot, and continue to excel. Remember, the starting point is, what is the dream? Yeah? Once we figure out what the dream is, how do we move towards achievement of that dream? Now, I know along the way, as you're trying to navigate and reach that dream, there will be some storms. And what does that imply? That we must find some stability in the storm. Now, what does that look like? One, we will not be afraid. We will not be anxious. We will continue to pursue the dream with courage, joyfulness, and stability in the storm. Now, our word for today, or our core message for today, is going to be based on God's promise, which is that we will not avoid heat, but we will not fear it. So when heat strikes, when it is so hot, we will still go forth and navigate through it without fear. Like the story of so for the Christians, I don't know how many of us know the story of the gentlemen who were thrown into the fire, but while they were in the fire, there was another person in the fire with them, and they did not feel the heat. Yet, the people who threw them in the heat thought it was going to be a punishment, and it would overtake them, but it did not. So it's the same thing here. We will not fear, we will not be anxious. Even when the heat comes, we may not avoid it, but we will not fear it. And over the next couple of months, which is what we would have talked about in September, but over the next couple of months, when challenges arise, whether they're cyber threats, downtime, name it, let's respond like that tree. The green leaves with steady roots. Your calm is your competitive edge. What am I trying to say? That when you're not anxious, when you're not afraid, then you will go through or navigate the storm with calm. I know sometimes it's not easy, but even when it is difficult, we will go forth and go through the storm calmly, because once you're calm, you're able to now re-strategize, navigate as you continue to pursue the dream. I guess that's how Formula One drivers do it. So even when they hit some bumps here and there, they do not get very afraid and stop the car. They now navigate whatever it is that is coming, the barrier that is coming to distract them as they pursue their dream, which dream usually is to get to the finish line. Now, that aside, how do we expand territory? Now, that is why you hear that sometimes when you're, for example, putting up a wall and then you plant a tree, you have to be very careful, because if the roots expand, they could make that wall fall down. So the question becomes, how do we expand territory? Now, they say that strong roots let trees spread. Likewise, as we trust God, where we are planted by the waters. He expands our influence, and that is every place that your foot treads upon has already been given to you, just like Joshua. So, once that happens, you have to make sure that you spread out, you expand your territory. Yeah? So, as you get out of the celebration, as you start your new month, as we start the last quarter of the year, my hope and prayer for you is that we'll step boldly into the new projects, the roles, and the ideas, because remember, your growth is not luck, it is ordained. So please go forth knowing that you are where you are supposed to be right now. And the question is, how do you make sure you make as much influence as you are supposed to make in that season that you're in that place that you're in? Who are you going to influence? Who are you going to speak to? Who are you going to recruit? Who are you going to work with? Who are you going to move with as you stay calm and expand territory? I wish you all the very best as you go forth and expand. Bye.
Thank you for watching with Smiles from Us. Follow for more faith-inspired,